can't spicing up a blues in A if you don't know how to play a blues in A. If you already know how to strum through a blues in A, feel free to skip ahead. If you don't, or you want the quick review, let's break it down. The strum pattern we're going to use is down, down, up, up, down, up. And that's going to work for one measure. The three chords you need are A7, O2, O2, O. You could play O1, or you could play it like this. You could also play it like O2, 2, 2, 3. You need a D7, O2, 1, 2, starting at the D string. Then the E7, open 2, open 1, open, open. There's another cool shape if you get your ring finger down and your pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string as well. Chords and strum pattern, now the progression. The first 4 are A7. The middle 4 go 2 D7, 2 A7. And then the turnaround goes E7, D7, A7, D7. So if we strum through it, we get 1, 2, 3, and 4, and A7. 2, 3, 4, D7. Again D7, and back to A7 for 2. E7 to the D7 to the A7 to the E7. And that's enough to play the blues, sing the blues, and have some fun. But we want to make it more interesting. So step 1 is trading our strum for a shuffle. And the shuffle, what we're going to do is index finger, 2nd fret of the D string, and you're going to play that with the open A string, just those two. And that functions as an A5 or an A power chord. And then you're going to get your ring finger on the 4th fret on the 2nd beat. So if you just do that, wax on, wax off. Okay, now we want to add the groove. You don't play these straight. It's not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and it's do, 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And that's the shuffle rhythm, right? That's the shuffle groove. Just that we already have some more interest going on. But the shuffle can be extended as well with your ring finger to the 5th fret of the D string, implying an A7. So you have kind of an A5, A6, A7. The order of these are kind of really up to you. What I like to do is I like to, on the 2nd measure, start on the 5th and go 5, 4, 2, 4. So do, 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 do. And you can see that with the tab. This is how I have it set up on the 2nd and 4th measure. So if we play through these 4 measures, we get a cool shuffle that sounds like this. And you go into your strumming, and then back to shuffle for 7 and 8. Okay, so now we've already added some blues flavor to it and we're not just strumming. Now for the time being, we're just going to strum that D7, but for the A, we've added some groove, some rhythm, some fun, some action to it. Let's look at the turnaround now. So instead of this E7 and this D7, we're going to play E9 and D9. And this shape, get your middle finger on the 7th fret of the A string, index on the 6th fret of the D string, then your ring and pinky are on the 7th fret of the G and the B. So you're playing the middle strings. I'm not playing the low or high E, except with this chord, if you got them in, it really wouldn't matter. However, it is good to learn how to mute those so you can use this chord all over the fretboard. What we're gonna do here is give this a down, down, up, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1. Then on the 4th beat, down, down, up, we're going to move everything down a fret. E flat 9 on the way to our D9. Down, 4, 1. And we get here, we're gonna go down, down, up, down. 1, 2, and 4. So these measures will be 1, 2, and. So just these two measures, 1, 2, and 3, 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4. Let's look at the turnaround lick. Measure number 11, 5th fret of the E string, that's your A note, 1. Then your ring finger is going to grab the 7th fret of the A string E note, that's the 5th interval, 1, 2, and 3. You're going to play 7 2 times, down to 6 2 times, down to 4 2 times. So measure 11, straightforward, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. Then we're going to hammer 2 to 3 on the A string, and ring finger down to the 5th fret of the E string. And that's all triplet. 1 pull up, 1 pull up, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1 pull up, 2, 3, and 4. 3rd beat, 5th fret here, 6th fret, 7th fret, 3 and 4, boom, back up to the top. It's the end of the turnaround. If we add the chords, we get 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, and 4, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and triple up, boom, 3 and 4, into the top. Palm muting. How much you use is up to you. That doesn't sound that great. So you do want to dampen the strings. Ultimately, it's up to you how much you want to dampen them. So let's go ahead and shuffle through our updated blues. And this would be a great place if you only make it this far, you have an updated blues. With that said, I am going to push the limits after this one quite a bit. So here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 2, and 3, and 4. Just strumming there. Back to our shuffle. 1, 2, 3, chords down. Let's take it to the next level. Now, if this next level is too tricky for you, you have something to work towards, but you've already leveled up your blues. So be proud. We're going to add this 1-beat lick inspired by Led Zeppelin to our shuffle. So measures 7 and 8, we're going to 1 and 2 and 3 and normal. Then we're going to pull 4 to 2 on the D string, and then hammer 3 to 4 on the A string. 4 pull up, 4, or sorry, it wouldn't be pull up, be 4 E and a 1. Just practice that. 4 E and a 1. 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 And in the context of our blues, we would get 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 E and a 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And on the 3rd beat, I just let it ring out because it's slightly different and adds some dimension and depth. So 5, 6, and 7, 5, 6, 7, and 8 slowly sounds like this. 4, a little faster. Fifth becomes the A blues scale, but you can also mix in the A major pentatonic. Blues soloing is interesting because you're able to blend scales. Shape 4 of the minor pentatonic is up here. Now, blues in E, if you're used to it, you have shape 1 here. In the key of A, it's going to be shape 4, and it's open 3, open 3, open 2, open 2, 1, 3, 0, 3. That one connects to shape 5, which is going to be 3, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 2, 5, 3, 5, 3, 5. Which connects to shape 1, 5, 8, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5, 8. If we look at measures 1, 2, 3, and 4, 3 and 4 are a great place to fill up some empty space. For that matter, 7 and 8 are as well. Usually with the blues, you sing 2 measures, jam 2 measures, sing 2 measures, jam 2 measures, sing 2 measures, jam 2 measures. So over measures 3 and 4, we're going to add this lick. We're going to slide 3 to 5, and this is the top of shape 5. Then index finger grabs the 3rd fret of the E string. 1 and. Right after that, we're going to go back to 3 via 5. So it's the same motion, but instead of 3, 5, it's 5, 3. 1 and 2 and. Index finger 1st fret of the E string. Then we're going to hammer on the 2nd fret. This is A major, so we're officially blending the scales. You can blend A major over the A7. It's the only time you can do it. You can't do it over the D7. You can kind of do it over the E7, but it's best to know that you have these other little magical notes when you or the band are playing A7. 1 and 2 and 3 and. Immediately after that, roll over to the A note, our root note, 2nd fret of the G string. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. It's on the offbeat. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1. Let that ring out through 1, and then we're going to slide 2 to 1, pull it off, and this is on the D string, and then land back middle finger 2nd fret on our root again. Now this note is a passing tone, but it's the one that transforms the A minor pentatonic to the A blues scale. So in this one lick, we're using A minor pentatonic, A blues scale, and the A major pentatonic. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, bola, 3, 4. Your finger also, with your middle fingers, already set up to go ahead and strum. If we mix it with the shuffle, nice and slow, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. 1, 2, bola, 3, 4. As you can see, that sets up the strumming for 5 and 6. Okay? So our new 12 bar from the top, 1, 2, 3, 4, and. That is your fully loaded, awesome, super spiced up blues in A.